Hi there, I'm Jeff Wilson, and today I would like to explore digital illustration anatomy, and I'm going to start off with basic anatomy. So, introducing you to the subject of anatomy, and it's just going to be a very basic thing to start with. And I'm going to just look at my screen here. I've just drawn a very basic figure here, a superhero-ish figure, albeit, but the head, we have the head, the torso area here in the middle. Here, I'll just close into that. The torso, the pelvis, or the area where it all hinges onto the legs, and the feet. So we have some different turnaround views, so we can see the back as well. And again, the head, the torso, the two arms, the trunk or the midsection area, which connects to the legs. And so some of the basic facts that we can start with is the head is, of course, right at the top of the body. And the body, I think the one thing we need to point out is the body is symmetrical. It's generally designed to be mostly symmetrical. So you have our bodies have right legs, right arms, left arms. The face is symmetrical, as you can see. The right eye, left eye, nose in the center, mouth in the center, right and left parts of the face are meant to be symmetrical. And so it's really an amazing thing. And that's, as we look at the back as well, we see the same thing. And symmetry, which is something that it's not, and it's not in every body, of course, but that's when we're studying anatomy, that's what we should point out is that the body is meant to be symmetrical. So the face is connected to the torso by the neck, and that's another part we should mention as well. The musculature is there are various muscles throughout the body that are meant to do various things, and I've outlined some of the names here. The shoulder muscle, which is the deltoid, the pectoral, the chest muscles, the triceps area, which is the I'll just make a note here with my pen, add an extra layer here. So that area, we'll just make a kind of a fairly big area here. So the triceps here is this muscle at the back of the arm, and the triceps actually helps to open the arm up to extend it. The biceps, which is the muscle here at the front, which is to pull it closed or to pull it towards the forearm and the upper arm together. And the elbow, of course, is the joint here that is the hinge area. So we have a lot of hinge areas, the wrists, elbows, shoulder joints are hinges, the hip joints, hinges as well, the knee joint, and the ankle joint is another hinge, and all the toes and finger joints here are all hinges as well. They are all have their different functions. And you could say the neck and spine joint, the spinal joint is it's almost like a hinge, but it's more like a spring, because it in unison it moves, and it has to move together with the other spinal column. So we have to remember that our bodies are not just the muscles on the outside. There's a skeleton or a base underneath it as well. So that's pretty much all I could tell you about that. All of the musculature is can be developed, of course, by exercise and strengthening. And let's just not do that here. We'll just take a look at the figure here in the center. A lot of the muscles, for example, like the toe muscles or the toe joints, they're similar to the finger joints. Let's have a look at them as well. The finger joints are for fine work, for grasping, for pushing, doing fine work, manipulating things. Whereas the toe joints are more for balancing of the body. So let's just have a look at the figure here. You see it; they look a little off balance, but they're actually leaning forward. But the toes are keeping the rest of the body balanced. As you can see here, the strength of the toes can balance it. And it's for anything that we do. The toes are very important for balancing us and for doing fine work. If for people who have lost toes in accidents, or for deformity in birth or whatever, a birth defect, they might not have been born with toes, and they struggle with that their whole lives, and have to figure out how to do that. But that's the things we take for granted in our bodies. They do so much for us, and there's such an ultimate function of each one. The brain and the head, of course, is located in the skull, which is the base of that is the skeleton of the skull, and the brain is inside, and it controls all the muscles and all the organs inside the body as well. So all the stuff we don't see, the organs and skeleton, is a totally different part of anatomy that we probably won't get into as much for art, but it's probably wise to mention it at this point too. So that's pretty much the basics of anatomy, and I think I thank you so much for joining us for part 1, and I think we'll hope to see you in part 2.